What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Very special Sunday episode here today. If you're new here, hit the old subscribe and like button. I am your virtual bartender and host and co-host, one half of your hosts here, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. Nicole, what are you having this evening?
Happy Sunday fun day, everybody. I am, of course, drinking Tito's Orange and Cran. Mr. Nick, I need you to tell me what you're drinking and our three things for the show.
I'm drinking my red wine as usual. Well, we have a new WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Cody Rhodes has retained his WWE title. And we've got AEW Double or Nothing predictions coming at you on today's episode of the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Welcome back, everybody. We have some news. We have a new WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion, our fellow New Jersey.
Jersey girls get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, Liv Morgan is the new WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. If you didn't see it, let's catch you up real quickly. So, as always, ladies first. Nikki, your thoughts.
Okay, so I watched it live at 1 o'clock and took a bunch of notes, and then I watched it again with Nick at 6 o'clock. So my notes are kind of all over the place from like the 3 times I've watched this. But Becky's outfit, okay. I get the vibe, but the white was the lining was too much. The lapels, too much. And then you see, of course, Liv does her another Britney Spears outfit. And they actually put them up because there's 2 kind of Britney Spears outfits. And apparently they coordinated. I don't know if Becky came out on the great side of this.
I felt like we were in England. I don't know why. It was like an English type deal.
In all seriousness, so commentary talked about how lately Liv is just becoming basically bridesmaid, never the bride. Second in the Royal Rumble, second in the Elimination Chamber, second in the Battle Royal that they had for Rhea's vacated belt. And also she hasn't had a title match in 2 years, which sounded crazy pants to me, but she's also been injured. So I guess that makes sense. And then once again, like they did for Mania, they did that 4K awesome looking when they did the announcements, and I think that also looked really great. This match, like Liv started out very aggressive, as per usual, and then kind of Becky took over, hit the Bexploder, the missile drop kick. Liv kicked down, then he went into a disarmer. Then again, Liv in these code breakers. Like it looked that one looked weird when she kind of jumped off the top rope. I don't know if she necessarily landed.
I thought she's gotten really good. That was actually one of my takeaways. She's gotten really good in the ring. But there's 2 things. She's gotten really good in the ring.
For sure.
Or how much of it is also because Becky's so good and can have a good match with anybody.
I also had that in my notes that you see early on, like you see Becky talking. I don't know if it's calling spots or calling it in the ring, but like, you know, I just think of Botchamania all the time. Like, you talk too much. You see early on, like, Becky's calling the match. But also I thought there was a lot of pins, a lot of kickouts. But what I do love that Liv broke out a new move that she did the Rings of Saturn, which I don't think she's done before.
No. We haven't seen that move in general.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool that she pulled that out.
Saturn didn't even get to use it that much. He lost all the time.
Well, that's what I said to you, and I was like, do they still call it Rings of Saturn? Like, no one else has used it and, like, updated the name of the move? And I was like, maybe Liv can make it something besides the Ring of Saturn. Because I'm saying, like, Kids these days.
That's actually good.
Saturn.
What would she name it? Because she has the Oblivion. It's got to be some sort of play on words.
Play with
let us know in the comments. I want to hear ideas on this. What could she call the Rings of Saturn?
And then because to be honest, it was like a 2-hour pre-show. I turned it on a half hour beforehand, but apparently Dom was backstage and him and Liv had a thing. He's like, "Oh, I'm here to make sure you don't take mommy's belt." So when I seen Dom come out, I was like, "Dom!" Exclamation point. So like, I guess not watching the pre-show, I was like that was a surprise to me. But our good old dirty Dom, looking so much like Eddie Guerrero's kid, throws. He's looking more and more like Eddie by the day. But he throws a chair in basically throws it at Becky. And then he goes on the other side of the ring to distract the ref. And of course Becky's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then Liv comes in and does they call it a DDT, but her arm is wrapped weird underneath. Yeah, it's not like her arm did something weird.
Well, the way that she does it. So this is what drives me crazy. She takes, first off, like Becky's, I guess, so much taller than her. So when she does it, like it's like this whole like wrap around deal, and it drove me crazy because like it took her so long to do it, and it's just like if she's a taller, woman, like it should be easier for her to distract. Like she should use a kick to get her lower, make it more fluid. Yeah, and that's what drove me crazy about that.
Yeah. So hits the DDT on the chair. She tries to throw the chair out, but it gets the legs of the chair get stuck on the rope, so the chair never leaves the actual ring. But then of course Becky's like on the rope, so Liv hits the Oblivion. 1, 2, 3. We got a new champion. And then Dom looks down. She's like crying in the ring. Becky's like, "Oh my!" Well,
she was laughing because I mean,
I guess the picture with her and Triple, like talking about her being tiny. She like comes up with like his kneecaps. But like again, I do just feel like she's laughing through, but you can tell that she's also like really emotional about it. Like she's been wanting the belt back, but then of course she was walking back up the ramp, and she's like, "A revenge tour over." She's like, "I told you all," and she does her like maniacal laugh.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where she takes this belt, because now I feel like it's not like her first time around. She she won it with Money in the Bank, so it was kind of like nefarious tactics, right? So like this way, it's even though it's not a clean win, she still won it in a one-on-one setting, not like a half match type deal. So that's what I'm interested to see is, moving forward. Now she's gonna have her first, what I would call legitimate non-fluke reign. I think
her just characterizing leaps and bounds. Like it made me, because Ruby Soho and Angela Parker got married a week or two ago, and they were all at the wedding, and it's just like where she's come when she was just like had the pigtails and trying to look like Harley Quinn and like the blue tongue, and then just like, "I'm immature." Ugh. And now I feel like she's like leaps and bounds in the ring, leaps and bounds in character. Like her promos are so good now. Like I don't know. I think she's gonna have. Well, we'll see when
her promos are very good.
Yeah,
she's
like her ones with Becky have been really good. Like this program, her like promos have been really good. So I'm just like super happy that she's like has grown so much, and they let her like develop. And of course, like fucking Jersey girl, love it.
Language.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is not for your children. I'm gonna use some curses.
Stop. You have to get a bleep for her.
I'll bleep you.
Unbelievable.
So,
we move into what we thought was going to be the mid card. We see Sami Zayn in a triple threat match, retaining his Intercontinental title, which Nikki and I both correctly predicted. 2-2. So this could have been the match of the night. With Sami and Gable in this match, you knew this was going to be a banger, right? So figured that was going to happen. What I really loved about this whole match is they incorporated a lot of like triple team moves throughout the match. So I really enjoyed that function of this match. Like whether it's suplexes, power bombs, the whole, more than just the traditional, superplex powerbomb spot. So We knew they were going to have to take out Bronson, and Bronson was going to take the fall. I don't know. I really enjoyed this. There was a lot up and down to like about this match, and it should have been in a more prominent spot on the card. But you knew that they were going to deliver, and they did.
Well, where would you want the match to be? There was only 5 matches on this.
I know, but it deserves more because of the way that they performed and these guys in the ring.
No, I really love this match. Starting off, because ring gear and stuff, like when they came out, I don't know if can we say the word suck? Is that okay?
Yeah, oh my God, there we go.
But they were chanting the "You Suck" chants at Chad Gable, which I think is very fitting. There was a sign in the crowd that said "Perk Gable," which is hysterical because it's like for like the crowd in Saudi Arabia to kind of get that joke or that meme is hysterical to me. But Maxine looked fantastic in her gold. She had like this gold like bodysuit on. She looked hot. And then Chad was like, "Yeah, get back to stage." And then he walks out with Otis, and right when he gets to the ring, he grabs Otis's. He's always grabbing Otis. Grabs his face. He's like, "You stick to the plan, and you'll know when to. I'll tell you when to do the thing."
Which also, when Otis came out, there was a hot minute when they were walking next to him, and like he just reminded me of Earthquake and John Tenta.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pushing for Otis to be called Mudslide.
Because we were thinking of natural disasters that he would be.
So help us out. If you like Mudslide, I think that would get over as a new natural disaster. And maybe it's a tag team with Bronson Reed.
Yeah, because when you said that, I was like, well, his finisher is Tsunami. And you're like, no, I'm talking about Otis. And I was like, oh, they Tsunami and Mudslide and your next tag team champions of the world? Also, I don't like Chad's ring gear. His robe doesn't match his tights, and it bothers me. Give him that crushed green hoodie thing, or give him like a hood, like, I don't know. Don't wear black and gold robe and then have your tights be blue. It bothered me.
Nikki is very upset at people's attire.
I am.
That's a big pet peeve.
Also, what I like, Bronson Reed's outfits are inspired by Bam Bam Bigelow because it was his favorite wrestler growing up. Also, shout out to Bam Bam. Also a Jersey person. R.I.P.
Asbury Park. Greetings from Asbury Park.
So at this point, might as well address it now. When Reed was coming out, a QR code showed up for our good friend of the show, Uncle Howdy. It was like a 35-second clip of like the phone ringing and for us oldie people, the dial-up tone for like having to get on the internet, and there was like a guy. What?
No, go ahead.
And the guy he was playing whatever version, probably the newest version of WWE 2K, whatever. And the match, it was at the apron was Extreme Rules where Bray re-debuted, but the wrestlers were women. It was like Bianca and somebody. And then the guy was like, something was like out his window, and then kind of flashes to Howdy's face, and then it stopped.
It's basically another creepy, thing where like a stalker outside your window, spooky stuff. Which again, if you didn't catch the show Friday, check it out. Uncle Howdy, WWE, whoever it was, came onto the show for at least the beginning of our show. It's the first 5 or 10 minutes, so check that out if you get a minute.
Yeah, on our socials, I took a screenshot of the chat of them saying, "Hello, remember who you are." They gave us bleeps and bloops.
We went on a wild goose chase.
Which I'm pretty sure is 6/3/24, which is not this Monday, but next Monday's Raw. And then they got coordinates to a place in Kazakhstan that shows you a pentagram. So I was literally having a meltdown, but you can watch that on another thing. I digress. Then Sammy came out and had like a little promo package beforehand because he is Arabic. He's from Syria. For a while, he was not allowed to be at these events. I believe this is his second that he's been allowed to be at. The crowd goes absolutely insane for him. Absolutely insane for him. They're singing, but not really singing. You can't really sing a song, but the ohs. And then when it gets to the let go part, the whole building screams let go. At one point, Cole calls him the hometown boy, and I was like, well, that feels a little weird when he wasn't allowed to be at the show for a couple of years. But again, him kind of being from that area, it was a big deal. Also, they said on comment, this is kind of all before the match started. They said this is Chad Gable's first PLE in 14 months, which I think is a floopin' tragedy.
Hey, she did it.
I'm trying real hard.
Getting back to PG.
After I finish this, who's to say? But 14 months with him not being on a PLE is he's so good. And we'll get to the match, but I'm like, how,
he had no storylines or anything going
I
on.
know.
Now it took him to build
Now
it
he
up.
finally has a storyline and something to sink his teeth through. I think he's doing incredible work. But oh my god, it drives me insane. But I guess let's get to the fun big match stuff. Like Nick said, there's a sunset powerbomb. In the beginning, Sammy tries to hit Corey. Tries to hit Reed with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Corey makes a comment about him being stupid to do that. Then there's this fun, of course, there's chops, the powerbomb, the suplex thing. Reed misses a moonsault, and then Gable goes on the other ring post and hits
the double moonsault.
The double moonsault.
Awesome.
Chef's kiss all day. Again, that's hometown. Then they do the tornado DDT. Gable breaks that up. Sammy has him in an ankle. So that's the ankle lock spot. So right. I want to make sure I get this right. So Gable puts Sammy in a lock. Then Reed tries to break it up, and then Gable pivots to put Reed in the ankle lock, and then Sammy gets up and puts him in an ankle lock. So it's like a human centipede ankle lock.
This was basically what the match was, a lot of
sequences
triple
of the three of them doing stuff together. After that spot, Sammy did hit the Blue Thunder Bomb, which was incredible. Almost, it was close for my Nick Energy moment, but I was like, what is happening? And then Reed stacks up Sammy and Gable. He has both of them on his back, hits the Samoan drop. They roll out of the ring. Reed hits a suicide dive, which looked great. He does remind me of
that's how you do a suicide dive, AJ Francis.
He tried to go over the top rope, didn't he, though?
Yeah. But I think he would have hit the middle rope, too.
But, again, it just reminds me of Bam Bam. He's such a big dude, but he's so athletic. The moonsault, the suicide dive. I want his character to be better because he's so good in the ring. I want him to have, a better character than just hey, I'm big. But I digress. So then they're back in the ring. Sammy moves out of the way of Tsunami. And then he goes to hit the haluva kick on Reed. And Chad intercepts and hits him with two Germans. Gonna go for the three. What's
three amigos? Three
no, I'm saying I was trying to think what Fred is in German. So it's the three German men. I don't know. I try to make a joke. I'm sorry. So then I'm gonna murder you after this podcast. So then Sammy reverses it, does two Germans of his own. Then Reed comes and he's going to do the German. But then my big Nick Energy moment happens. Chad turns around, goes behind Reed, and Germans the two of them. And I was like, why has this man not been on a pay-per-view in 14 months? He's incredible.
So you want to stamp it?
I want to stamp it. That's my big Nick Energy moment of the night.
So, yes, absolutely amazing moment for him. I thought, again, we knew he was strong, but...
And then, Corey, I don't know if it was Corey or Cole, one of them, said that he's pound for pound the most powerful person in WWE, which they used to say about Cesaro, but now Cesaro's at the other place. But now I think Chad Gable kind of takes that mantle, and I really want them to do something with him. But after the German... Reed rolls out of the ring, and then Chad's like, now, Otis, now! And then Otis hits him with the clothesline. And then Sammy's out of the ring, and then Chad is yelling at Otis to hit him with a clothesline, and good old Otis is hesitating. He's like, oh, I can't do it. And then Gable goes out there, and he's holding up, Sammy. He's like, do it. And he's like, no. And then, of course, then he lets Sammy go. He gets in Otis's face and slaps him across the face. That looks so brutal when he smacks Otis. And his little chubby face is just like, ah!
So they start building the tension
right
between the two.
So then he goes to go hit the clothesline. Obviously, Sammy ducks. He hits Chad. Sammy gets back in the ring. Reed has gotten back in the ring. He's in the corner trying to get his bearings after the clothesline. And then Haluva, 1, 2, 3. Sammy retains.
So,
and I really, really love this match. That's what I really. Oh, I don't know if I can say this, but I wrote the end. 1, 2, 3. Sammy wins fun ass match.
You can say ass. I think ass is allowed in PG terms.
Didn't know our drinking happy hour was PG, but okay.
It's PG-ish.
Okay.
It's for everybody. But regardless, I digress.
Unless you're 21 and older, kids.
Exactly. You have to be 21 and older to drink, but you can drink whatever you like on the show. We're just trying to keep it kosher for everybody. Regardless. So it brings us into what ended up being, we were kind of curious on what would be the next match. I thought maybe the Queen of the Ring would be a little bit higher up on the card, or maybe would open.
Only 5 matches.
I know, but I thought it might open. Stop. She's yelling at me about my match selection with these 5. There's only 5. Yes, but things could be higher up. The pay-per-view is King and Queen of the Ring. Cody was against Logan Paul. I don't know,
you got to look where Cody. They are. They're in, Cody Rhodes is closing out the show.
It's like Money in the Bank. I feel like it needs to be the center. I don't care about the belt.
If it was in the U.S. or anywhere else, I think Gunther or Randy would have been main. But you're in Saudi Arabia. They're paying a buttload of money. You're putting on your 2 big stars.
Yeah, they could have opened. I don't know.
You're out of your mind.
You could have opened and had one of the... But I digress. Our new Queen of the Ring, Miss Nia Jax. Ladies and gentlemen. You ready for it?
Yes, Queen.
People off. Cool. So PJ. Let me know who that is.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we're getting TV 14 levels. I think that's fair.
I literally wrote in my notes. I put Queen of the Ring, Lia versus Nia. I wrote Lord help me in the notes.
So we just got
what?
Some more.
No.
Here we go. And the plot thickens, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God. Is Steve on? We need to Google this.
Oh my God. We're going to have to go pause on our recap.
WWE's looking out for me. They know I don't want to talk about Nia Jax. Thank you, WWE.
Nia can't get a break.
Steven, I love you. I really didn't mean to be super aggressive about my comments. You know I love you immensely.
Here we go. 43. Someone read the number, please.
Wait, I just Googled that. Ooh. No, I don't. It gives me a map, but I don't know where this is.
43, 38, 46.
Do you want me to read it out to you?
Yes.
I Googled it because I don't know where it's taking me. All right. 43 degree sign. 38, comma. No. Apostrophe.
Yeah, okay.
46.
There's no space, right?
No. Dot 09. Quotation mark N. Space. 115 degree sign.
115.
59 apostrophe. 35.81 quotation west. When it pops up for me, I just put it into Google. It says Mountain Meadow Christian Center.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and keep everyone along with our fun journey here. Give me 1 second.
Robbie Creek Road, Blacksmith Road, Ponderosa Pine Scenic Route, Moores Creek Rim Road.
So we're gonna go to the old Google Earth again. See if this comes up.
God, I'm shaking right now.
How's the screen looking?
All right. Yeah. No,
Jesus loves you.
No. I'd rather see the pentagram.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
where is this at? Where?
Robbie Creek, Idaho.
Roby
Creek, Idaho, maybe? Is anyone from Idaho?
Seth Rollins is.
Now, should I pull in? If you guys can see, there we go.
Yeah. Oh no!
You're joining the party.
Joining the party.
Well, us, the happy hour.
Oh!
Join in on the mystery. It's Roby, Idaho. Roby Creek, Idaho. Excuse me.
I wonder any bleeps and bloops.
Should I do the walk around thing, or is it the street view?
I don't know. You're meant to see the Jesus Loves You, and it's at a church in Idaho. Oh, this is so good. It creeps me out so hard.
It's the Mountain Meadow Christian Center. But Uncle Howdy is speaking to us again.
Maybe Uncle Howdy's not an Nia Jax fan either.
Probably not. Doesn't seem like it. There's more. The plot thickens. All right, you're going to have to read this off again.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this one.
Oh my
and
god.
open another Google tab.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have to bear with us.
Okay, so 35 dot.
Like a period, okay?
Yeah. 523.
523.
8820.
8820. Okay.
And then a comma.
Comma. Okay.
Space.
Space.
Minus sign or hyphen.
Okay. Is it that one? No, that's equals.
The one next to
yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah. 104.
104.
Period.
Period.
57.
57.
20.
20.
664.
664. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Lise. Uncle Howdy's talking to us.
Welcome in, Lise. Yes, we are trying to figure out this mystery again. So it says Tormenta-based circles, but nothing.
What did you put in Google?
Hold on, I'm gonna try this. I put in Google, and this is what came up. I'm gonna share my screen, but
What did you put in Google? What's some Spanish place? Arroyo Blanco Comeda? Tormenta-based circles?
okay, yeah, that's what I found. So hold on. Share screen. Let's not Google Earth. It's this one, right? Yeah. So this is our Google Earth search right now. So
Yeah, but that's not what you did last time, though.
I did Google. Yeah, it was Google.
You did Google Earth, not Google Maps.
Yeah, but it didn't come up. Maybe try layers. Let's see what this.
Well, look up.
Hold on.
Is it like the two diamonds? Because when I Googled it, it says the Tormenta-based circles.
Yeah, and that's what this is.
Base circles. I don't know where that's.
That's what that looks like, which is in
I was going to say Tormenta.
Tormenta, New Mexico.
Okay, so it's Mexico. What is it?
New Mexico.
Oh, it's New Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very
Oh
bizarre.
my god.
Help us out, people. If you're new here and you're joining into the mystery, we were recapping King and Queen of the Ring, and we couldn't even get to one Nia Jax.
No,
without
we started
Uncle
talking
Howdy
about
chiming
Nia
in.
Jax, and then WWE, maybe Uncle Howdy decided to drop some coordinates in our chat. So maybe Uncle Howdy and I see you. You don't like Nia Jax either.
Remember who you are. So this was the second, sorry. The other, I will.
Was
The first
Idaho.
coordinates,
This is Jesus Loves
which
You.
I will open up in the comments.
And then last Friday, we got.
Well, yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Friday.
I guess that's last Friday.
It said, hello, remember who you are, red circle. Then we got some bleeps and bloops that I thought maybe was Morse code. Maybe it's not Morse code. Steven, stay down. Did some Googling. We got a date, which would be June 3rd.
Steven's got some theories. Hold on. I will. Shit, as Devin said.
Oh, no.
Steven said the second was a place where Scientologists believe will come back from the dead. Interesting.
Tom Cruise, WWE fan. Oh, this is so creepy. So again, it's more the religious-based stuff, if you want to call it.
Yes, the symbolism and yeah. So the plot thickens.
I'm like shaking right now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So we're gonna try and figure out that mystery. We're gonna try and get back to these are the glitches that happen with Uncle Howdy, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. But let's get back into the show.
Fine. WWE, you sure you don't want to drop some more coordinates? I don't have to talk about Nia Jax.
Logo is his favorite cigarette. Steve is trying to help you. But no. So let's get back into our recap.
Okay.
Nia Jax is now the queen of the ring.
Fine.
Nikki, your thoughts?
All right, so first off, I love that they started, there was like a promo package in the beginning with Wade Barrett breaking down the bracketology, or he was calling like Wade, whatever. So I think him breaking down like how we got to this point, I think was very awesome. Nia was wearing purple, which obviously is the color of royalty. Lyra came out looking like a crow and her big feathers.
She's a big old bird.
Yeah, I literally wrote in my notes, I was like, if Michael Cole says she feels alive in the sky one more time, I'm going to vomit. And I said, talk about cool down matches.
How do you get those things through customs?
And at one point, Lyra does this like.
Yes, remember that Nia might be watching.
Oh my god, that's fine. I'm quick. I'll run away.
Anyway,
but at one point, Lyra, like Nia's on the outside. Lyra jumps through the ring, through the ropes, like she's supposed to kick her. But I don't know if she didn't go far enough because one of those things that you hold onto the rope and kind of like fling yourself out. But I don't know if like Nia was too far away. So basically, she just like kind of like tiptoed on her shoulder, and the commentary is like, "Oh, you gotta do more than that." And I was like, "Well, maybe someone needs to be in place."
She was really like. There's something about the matches where it's like bigger against smaller, like where they work well together. And she was. I have to give Lyra a lot of. She worked really well with Nia. Like they had a lot of really good spots together. That just I really enjoy. And she does a really good tornado DDT. I'll say that.
At one point, Nia, I don't know if it was an elbow drop or whatever she was doing. Like Lyra was on the mat, and like I'm pretty sure again PG-14. She does the suck it sign.
Yes, that was the thing that confused me too, because I don't know if you're allowed to do it like that.
Like, I don't know what's harder about, but I was like, let's not do that. Then she tried to at one point trying to put Lyra in the tree of woe, and I feel like she was shoving her legs in the wrong direction. I'm like, you have to. She finally like pulled her down. I'm like, oh god. My least favorite spot. She has Lyra in it's the bonsai drop. And then Lyra rolls out the way, and then she tries to do it on the outside, and her like, oh, I'm just waiting for her to be like, my hole, like when she does the drop.
Put some respect on the Annihilator's name.
Nope. I will not.
Put some respect on the Annihilator's name. That was the nastiest version of that move I've ever seen.
We will get back. Going through my notes. And I literally, in my notes, I was like, this match is hurting my soul. So then Lyra hits, now they're on the outside. Lyra hits like a bulldog on the outside. Then they go back in the ring. She hits a missile drop kick. And then she does a tornado DDT off the ropes. And again, correct me below, but wasn't that the Molly go around when they do the running of the ropes?
I think it was some sort of bulldog.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was some sort of bulldog.
But I don't know. Then she hits the Samoan drop. She drags Lyra to the corner to do the bonsai drop again, and then I guess whatever happened, and then this is my least favorite move when they're laying off the top turnbuckle, they're holding on to the ropes because they're gonna, and Lyra runs across the ring, does her little hoop, and runs back and stomps her. I'm like, you're about to get hit. Like, why are you holding on to the ropes? That move bothers me so much. And then Nick just had the photo up. Lyra hits the kind of like the leg drop when they're in the rope.
Lisa says Nia being Queen of the Ring is utter.
How
dare you, Lisa?
I get it.
Put some respect on Nia's name.
I think King of the Ring makes more sense for a heel. And I think if she's going to kind of be like that Red Queen.
She's Queen of the Ring. Well, yes, I guess.
So, like, it works that the moniker works better on a heel. And for her to kind of be like the Alice in Wonderland, like Red Queen being crazy, that heel thing, like, it works for her. She just doesn't work for me. But so
I love it.
I guess she just leg drop, and I feel like, and maybe it's just because you saw the Becky Lynch match 2 matches beforehand. Her moveset is so similar to Becky's, like the missile drop kick, the when they're in the ropes to do the leg drop. A lot of it felt just.
Honestly, I disagree. I think she does a lot more high flying stuff. Like
she's alive in the sky.
But I never remembered Becky doing like as much.
No, she's definitely more of a high flyer than Becky. I'm just saying I'm just watching the matches, not necessarily back to back, but like back to back. It felt like a lot of it felt very Becky to me. Anywhoosies. So they're in the corner again. Nia's trying to do the bonsai drop. Then Lyra stands up and is trying to get her to do the power bomb spot. And then I'm not allowed to say it, but I wrote looks hard AF. And Nia just sits on her, like, bam. And then she crosses her arms like Yoko does, so that's why bonsai drop. 1, 2, 3. Nia's your queen.
I loved it. I thought it was a great way to end it. It was nasty. I wasn't expecting, because I think Lyra jumped too. She was like jumping up a little bit too, and because she is pretty tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a much better match than what I was expecting for.
It wasn't. Then Triple H comes out, and shakes her hand, and they hug, and they hold each other for like a minute. You can tell that like Nia's like emotional about it, and then she bows down. She gets on one knee. Triple H puts the crown on her. She comes up. You would tell she's crying. Hunter hugs her again, and then Kayla comes out to do it, and you see like Nia like take a second and like, all right, like I have to be heel bitch mode, and then she like cuts this promo. She's like, I know no one's happy for me, but I'm happy for me, and I'm gonna win the title at SummerSlam. And then I wrote my notes, good Lord, Nick is going to be brutal to me.
Can be great. That's exactly. Actually, this is a fun part. So Nikki and I do our predictions, right? So before the show, we do some prep. I don't know if I can get this on here, but I thought this was hysterical. So Nikki sent me back just to make sure that we were all aligned with who picked what. Yeah. So she sent me back, and I don't think you could see it now. You can see it.
I put it blank. I knew Nia was going to win, but I literally could not write it down.
Could not write her name in.
See if they can see it, but I literally did not write her name.
Actually, hold on. I'll do it this way. Yeah, we'll do this. She could not
put her name down, but I knew she like after like I feel like once she
just couldn't give her
the
satisfaction.
No, I could not. But so her and Bayley SummerSlam, the old rivalry heating back up.
If it's a singles 1-on-1, that's what I've been saying. It doesn't have to be 1-on-1. Oh, I digress.
So then after this, there's a quick backstage. Becky's yelling at Dom for interfering, and then Byron comes out, and then she was like, well, I have a rematch clause, like, we're gonna do this again on Raw. And I was like, I thought they got away with it. Like, they literally say in that match that it's like, oh, new thing, like,
you don't have
there's not automatic, like, if you lose, you get back in the line. That's what happened on SmackDown when AJ was talking to Nick Aldis. He's like, we're not gonna win, buddy. And like, I don't know that magically she has like a rematch clause. I'm like, girl, go take a break. Your husband's knees in 400 pieces. Just
after SummerSlam, she'll take a break. But
yeah, but then when her plans at SummerSlam, like I'd rather this be the break now, and then like come back at SummerSlam and like challenge Rhea or whoever.
So, no, I think they're gonna wait till maybe the fall season when football's around and the ratings are gonna.
Then you're gonna have Liv, because I don't think they're taking the belt off Liv, so you're gonna have Liv win clean. Is it gonna be another dirty thing? I don't know.
You have plenty of time to build it up. Either way, there's so much time.
Tomorrow.
SummerSlam, you're talking about, right?
No, she said she has in her contract. She has a clause for a rematch, and
the rematch. Sorry.
She was evoking that on Monday So I'm saying if Monday you have Liv Becky again, are you going to have her? Yeah. Boy doesn't listen.
Sometimes.
So I'm just saying, in that match, are you going to have Liv win clean, or are you going to have Dom come out again?
Yeah, no, I think Dom gets involved again in some sort of.
But then, like, it's like finish. I don't know.
Because it's going to keep him aligned with Liv and this whole storyline until Rhea gets back. So that's what we're headed towards. Well, at least in that culmination, that's the payoff. So. Speaking of payoffs, as we go to, that's a terrible segue, but we move on to the men's King of the Ring, where the Ring General, did I say that good? I think I said that pretty good. I think I did decent enough. Has now become the King General. Gunther. Yeah, I know. Bailey didn't like it. Marquette. But
Bailey didn't like the finish.
Gunther followed through on his promise to become the men's King of the Ring. Brutal match in terms of physicality back and forth between him and Orton. A lot of physical, typical Gunther, a lot of chops, physicality back and forth. Ultimately, it was a roll-up Gunther ends up winning on after working the knee the whole time. Nikki, I know you have a lot of opinions about this.
I have a lot of feelings about this. But let's start from the top. Another Wade breaks down the bracketology. Love it. And then they tell it's like your longest IC champion versus one of the most decorated superstars. And I know I said on Friday that I was super excited about this match. Gunther came out solo. And I just think, again, I was like, he looked so svelte. Like, his transformation is insane to me. And then Randy Orton comes out. And then we commented on the Backlash show that the French crowd actually sang his whole song. The Saudi Arabia crowd tried to do that, but all they sang was, I hear voices. From when his music started till he actually got in the ring was 6 minutes and 16 seconds. This whole time I was like, get in the ring. But it
was a long ramp, though.
No.
It was fairly long.
He tiptoed down that ramp because they're like, they're singing my song.
He is now being called.
It does not take 6 minutes to walk down that ramp. This is not WrestleMania, and he's not the Undertaker.
We are going to call him the Orton Taker.
Oh my God! I was just like, get in the ring.
I'm getting that over. The Orton Taker. If he continues the long entrances, now I really want Randy Orton to do that.
Oh, it's killing my insides.
If WWE is listening, more specifically Randy Orton, please do a long entrance so I can call you the Orton Taker.
Then he gets in the ring, and then they chant Olay for like another 100 years. And they finally tie up, and I was like, oh my, it was like 10 minutes for them to finally lock up. Like, good Lord. But again, obviously, I think...
Our case slow.
Exactly, Steven, exactly.
That's a good one.
I think actually watching this match, I feel like, maybe we don't talk about it enough, but like, Gunther sells pretty good. Like, he made Randy look good, I think. Obviously, a lot of ground and pound. The first RKO he tried to hit, he slipped out of. Randy selling the knee. The suplex, the clotheslines. I guess he went to do his
Scoop slam.
Yeah, but Corey called it a snap power slam, and I kind of like that better.
No.
But he goes to
because Goldust did the scoop slam, and that was what it was called, the scoop slam. So It's a scoop slam. Nope. Refuse.
A snap scoop slam. Because he is very quick, and like him, Randy and Goldust have probably the best in the biz. But he misses that, and he's selling the knee, and then basically Gunther goes after the knee in the back. He does hit the vintage, which leads him into doing tries to do another RKO. Gunther turns it into a slam. Then Gunther tries to do his splash, but he slips.
The Gunther splash, the infamous Gunther Dracula splash.
But then amazingly caught himself and then just kind of dropped. And then
there was a drop coming of that.
Then he tried to do another Nosferatu slam. Randy rolls out.
We need to name it.
And then they're, outside. I slipped that. Then Randy hits the RKO, but the ring general knows where he is, rolls out the ring. And at this point, when Nick has up, doesn't usually, how they like take off the thing and wipe off everything off the desk. He just drops him.
I know the amount of iPads and things that it bothers me so much because I think Nia did that like 2 months ago to somebody, and there was like the iPad and like there was something that was like sticking out of the desk. I was like, oh, like all you need is one little item to just dig
So
it.
he hits him, slams him twice into that. Then Gunther gets up and throws him into like the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Hits him into that. Then Randy does another backdrop. So that's 3 times he goes into the announce table that's not cleared off. They get back into the ring. Gunther hits a drop kick on the knee, then kicks the knee again, and then gets him to the half crab. Twice Randy does that, like you roll over and kind of kick them to get it out, but then he gets it back in. For the 3rd time, he crawls over and like kind of like touches the rope, like not holds it, but like kind of tapsies it. But Gunther pulls him back again. And then he pulls him back in, and then Randy gets up, hits the RKO. And then they kind of do that weird, like kind of Gunther kind of kicks out, but then they kind of do a crucifix, and then he's supposed to win with the crucifix roll-up, but someone's shoulders are not on the mat. 1, 2, 3, here's your champion. And I wrote down in my notes, oh, F you. Randy's shoulder was not down. A crappy roll-up. For Gunther, really, question mark.
I think, so here's where she and I disagree. Yes, was it sloppy? Yes. It was a rare sloppy moment. But the pay-per-view itself had a lot of sloppy finishes at times. So it kind of was par for the course on everything that's going on, it seemed like that. But I know we don't traditionally like roll-ups as small packages as like the finish. But I do love it in the sense of Gunther, that's his gimmick, is he's the ring general, right? Like he knows where he is in the ring at all times. So like even after getting the RKO, like he knows how to turn that into a pin. That's what I like, the element of it that I really enjoy.
I think if Randy's shoulder was actually down, I don't think I really would have had a problem with it. I think it's like the referee can see his elbow wasn't, or his shoulder wasn't down. Why not be like, hey, like, do it again? Like, how many times it's just like, oh, like, fix it. And it's just like, oh, this is the time he wins, blah, blah, blah. And it left such a bad taste in my mouth. And then Corey's like, we need to see another angle. And I was like,
the other angle was worse.
Seriously, because now I'm watching it again. Like, obviously, I watched it twice. So I'm just like, it looks so bad. And I know Triple H has come out on social media that like, oh, we'll have them do a rematch, but Randy's kind of banged up right now. But Gunther's your king of the ring. And I was like, oh, it should have been such a big moment for Gunther. Because, of course, then Triple H comes out, shakes his hand, hands in the crown, holds up his hand. This should have been like, because then he says, well, the crowd starts chanting, you deserve it. And he said, thank you, but it's none of your business of what I do and don't deserve. And then they started chanting, you suck, and he has this big smile on his face. And he's like, oh, the ring general became a king. And he's going after the World Heavyweight Championship. So this should have been such a moment for him. And the finish was...
Which is always the line he uses at the press conference, too, because I think someone asked him...
The press conference?
The WrestleMania, like all the press conferences. One of the previous press conferences, a reporter asked him that. He's like, basically like, what do you think about like the reaction or something along the lines of like the reaction in the beginning? He's like, I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with being the ring general,
Yeah.
So he stayed like kind of
he walked out and the crowd was dead. So then they started chanting, you deserve it. And he's like, well, whatever. But I just feel like this should have been such a big moment. Like he lost at Mania, the longest reigning champion. And then this was supposed to be a big moment to catapult him to the main event scene. And it just has him like Randy knows better.
He'll be there. It'll be fine.
It
wasn't the greatest, but
it was not a happy pickle.
It could have been terrible. It could have been way worse, but I digress on that end. But so it brings us to our main event, where Cody Rhodes successfully defended the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight, what do we call it? WWE Undisputed title. I'm just calling it WWE Undisputed title against Logan Paul.
What is Undisputed WWE Championship?
Yeah, well, I say that.
Yeah, they just took out Universal.
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
it's
there's
still
so many words to get out.
WWE.
Yeah. So the Undisputed WWE title, regardless. If you didn't catch it, we'll catch you up. Here's how we got it. As always, ladies first, or as much as Nikki, your thoughts on Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul?
It was a good match, but I'm going to start from the top. So he'll come into play later. The Saudi ring announcer, he was there last time. He's the one that gave Grayson Waller the people's elbow. At the the kickoff, the press conference that they did before was Thursday. For Saudi Arabia, Logan Paul gave his brass nuts to Michael Cole and said, he's like, I'm going to win this clean. I don't need them. But then before Logan comes out, he's like, Logan gave me these. I was like, why did you bring them out, Michael Cole? Like, you should have left them backstage. And then, Cody comes out. Well, Logan comes out first. Cody comes out. And I'm sorry, that gold belt looks so goddamn good on him. If I can say goddamn. Again, they do the same kind of 4K entrance like they did with Liv and Becky. I think Logan looked like a Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat character. He just had like the bandana and he was like turning and kind of like his fist up, and you see like his abs, and like he looks super cool. But then Cody moves too much that they didn't like. He looks like blurry because he goes down and he goes up and he does this.
Oh, you're talking about the camera, yeah.
The camera angles, yeah. Didn't look as great. Collar and elbow tie up. Cody does like the gold dust when you drop to the ground and does the slap. Logan blocked it, and I literally gasped. And I was like, "Oh,
I don't hate that. I don't think that's
no. I'm just saying. I think it's like, oh, he's scouting Cody. Like, you're a YouTube guy. You don't wrestle. You're a tourist. You're part time. Blah blah blah. So for him, he knew Cody to drop down, and he grabbed his hand. I was like, oh my god. Then they're doing the uppercuts back and forth to each other, and then Cody does the vertical suplex, and like Logan doesn't keep his legs up, so Cody kind of turns and bounces him off the ropes, and then Corey saves him by making a Tully Blanchard, because Tully Blanchard did that. So like that was a good save. Then Cody goes to do a crossbody, and Logan does a split to get out of the crossbody.
The RVD split.
And I was just like, what? I literally wrote my notes. I was like, what? And then Cody's in the corner.
RVD used to do splits like that.
Yeah.
All the time, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
it's something new for the newer age wrestling.
And I think that's the thing. Is like Cody called him out on Friday. He was like, "You're a tourist. You don't do this. Whatever. You'll never be on my level." And like, just like so much things that Logan Paul did in this match. I was like, oh, like. I know I'm not, like, personally not a fan of him, but, like, him in the ring, him and Cody had such a good match. And he's hitting him with the body shots in the corner, and then they called it, Corey called it the overbomb, and then when I was watching Cultaholic, they called it the alley-oop, when you kind of, like, go, kind of like the power slam, but you follow them backwards. Like, that looked really awesome. Then he did a gut wrench. Then he did a standing moonsault. Cody kicked out of that. He goes to go up to do the frog splash. Cody jumps up and does this amazing, the top rope arm drag that looked great. Cody goes to do the dusty punches and he cuts that off, which is like, you're cutting off all Cody's moves. Then Logan gets...
So there's a lot of psychology back and forth between Logan kind of proving he's more of a veteran now than anticipated with Cody. And there's a lot of spots using their athleticism throughout the match. I thought that were really, really nice. But go on.
Yeah, so he hits the octopus submission. That was really super cool. Then we get a disaster kick. Now they're outside the ring. Of course, then you have his prime Logan Paul's prime kids are outside. He tries to give Logan a prime. Cody takes out his hand, throws it at him, or like hits him in the face.
Which, why is that not a DQ? Our truth taught us anything. It's that a water bottle could be used as a weapon to knock somebody out.
So then Cody starts fighting with one of the prime kids, and then the referee's trying to break that up. So the other prime kid gives Logan the brass knucks. So the ref is dealing with the other guy. Cody comes back to Logan, and then Logan hits him in the ribs with the knucks. And then Michael Cole starts yelling at him, like, you said that you can, like, you're back on your word. And then Logan goes after Michael Cole, and then Corey Graves is like, gets into the way. He's like, no, don't do this.
Yeah, I was like, why is Michael Cole so upset? I know he's like told him he wasn't gonna do it, but come on, calm down, Michael Cole. I know Cody Rhodes is your boy, but jeez. Yeah.
So then when Logan's distracted with yelling at Cole and Corey, then Cody comes and hits a crossbody. Then they're in the back in the ring. He finally hits the Dusty punches. Then Logan kicks out. Then they go into the figure four. And then Logan's like, he's like, stop, man. You're going to break my leg. You're going to break my leg. You're going to break my leg. And then they finally got the rope break. He tries to do the box shot, but misses. And then Cody hits him with the Cody cutter. Logan kicks out at 2. And then breaking out crazy moves. Cody tries to hit the vertebraker. And then Logan turns that into a crossroads. So, like, Logan hit a crossroads on Rhodes. He kicked out.
So, which actually, later in the match, he does end up hitting the vertebraker, which, so, cut you off right there, because that's a move that rarely used, rarely executed, very difficult to do. Kind of like the start, it reminds me a little bit of, like, Christian's, what is he called now? The Impaler, Kill Switch, is that what he calls it? But,
no. Yeah.
Doesn't Christian call it?
No, that's the Unprettier. It goes between Unprettier and Kill Switch. Right? Yeah,
but
wrong down below.
I digress. I still think.
I'm doing the vertebraker. When he originally put him up for the vertebraker, I thought he was trying to do the Deadeye.
Well, yeah, I know. You mentioned that live. That you thought for sure it was going to be the Deadeye, but no. The vertebraker. There's few people that could do it, which is why I'm stamping this as my Big Nick energy moment. When he does hit it later on, because again, the thought of doing it and executing it well, and kudos to Logan Paul too for actually taking the move, because you mess it up 1 degree one way or the other, you could break your neck. So absolutely loved that component of, again, that's the one thing about Cody Rhodes that I love so much, is that every one of his matches, it seems like he always throws in something new that makes it better. But I digress. Anyway,
So after he hit the crossroads, Cody kicks out, then he does a twisting vertical suplex. And then Corey made a comment that he's like, oh, someone from your family, it was someone from his lineage used to do that. I'm like, did Goldie used to do that? I don't remember Goldie doing that.
The suplex?
No, the twisting.
Yeah, it was the curtain call. The curtain call.
Really?
Yeah. It was called the curtain call, and then there was the final cut.
The final cut, it was the thing on the ropes.
Yeah, but the curtain call was...
Was that the twisting?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that was the curtain call.
Oh, right. So at this point then, after the suplex, they're outside again. Logan cleans off the announce table this time, and then he has Cody on the announce table, and he's like, oh, the Paul Levesque era, or Logan Paul era, and he tries to do a pedigree. Cody pushes him off, then he jumps from the barricade back to Logan to hit a Cody cutter, and I was like, I think Cody probably took the worst of that. Like, that, like, it was so cool to watch, but I'm like, I don't know who does that more. Like, who does that hurt more? But
well, no, in theory, because it's a cutter, it's your head going down through the table.
But
so.
it's like, Cody was selling the ribs, and like I'm worried at one point. I was like, is this rib really messed up? But like that was an awesome spot. Where am I? Okay, so the ref is at this point doing the count. Cody gets in time and then stops the referee from doing the 10 count. He's like, no, like I'm winning that, like actually winning this.
The babyface stuff. Yep.
Yeah. So then Cody gets out of the ring to get Logan back into the ring, and then Logan hits him with that one lucky punch because he's got the plate in his hand. So he hits him. Then Cody's out, gets him on the Arabic announce table, and then this be almost my Big Nick energy moment. He gets on the top rope to do the frog splash like he did to Roman last Saudi Arabia match, but he has a prime bottle, and they do this beautiful 4K like 360 shot that looked incredible. And he drinks this thing of the prime and spits it like Triple H and does the frog splash. Like that looks cool AF. Like, beautiful shot.
She likes the cinematography.
Yeah, basically, it just looked like, suck it, Kevin Dunn. Like, that looked incredible.
Yeah, kudos to creative and
looked amazing.
The camera people.
So then Logan gets him back in the ring. He does another frog splash. Cody basically kicks out at one because now Cody's hulking up like he did. I forget whatever move AJ hit that I, like, freaked out. Or whatever move it was, and like he kicked out at one from AJ. So I'm like, this is him, like he's hulking up. So he hits the frog splash again. He kicks out at one, and then Logan yells, he's like, I hate you. And then magically a ref bump twice. Cody hits him, and then Logan hits him, or vice versa, but he gets hit twice. And then basically Cody hits the Nick's energy moment. He hits.
Yes, I skipped ahead, but yes.
He hits the vertebreaker. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like he's out. And then like Cody gets up and he's like trying to get the ref to wake up, and then Logan low blows him, and he's like, look at his face, like sells it crazy. And then he reached into his trunks and pulled out another set of brass knuckles. So he goes to go hit him with it. And then the flippin' Saudi Arabia announcer guy grabs his leg. What? Why?
Because Cody's got friends everywhere. Cody Rhodes has friends everywhere.
Who's going to show up to Cody Rhodes' match? So with this distraction, Cody hits the crossroads 3 times. And then gets the 1, 2, 3. Which we knew Cody was going to win. Why does he need an announcer to grab his leg to beat the YouTube guy? There's so, like,
because the YouTube guy cheated. And he's not the YouTube guy. He's not. Stop thinking of. He's Logan Paul, the wrestler. He's the United States champion. He's going to be a U.S. champion probably for like a year when it's all said and done. So I know the guy can be douchey, but he's one of the best heels in professional wrestling today.
You are still the U.S. champion. Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns, is now the world heavyweight champion, and you need someone to grab a leg. It doesn't look great.
It doesn't look great, but he had a clean win over AJ. It's because, again, like he had all the interference. The Logan Paul deal is that he always has interference. Just like when Cody won the belt. The bloodline, Roman Reigns always had interference to retain the belt. So you need someone that's going to have your back. And apparently it was this, what is he, comedian? I don't know.
He's a comedian announcer guy. But I'm saying, like, Dom got involved. Then we had a shitty roll-up with Gunter. And now this interference. I'm like, I really like this pay-per-view, but a lot of the endings were shit. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I don't care. I call it like it is. Like, it's, again, I really like this Sammy match. I really like this match a lot. I left a lot of my notes out that I didn't say. Like, I really like this match, but it's just like the ending is just like, why? The ref was down. Like, Cody could have got up and did something. Like, I don't know. I don't want his. I don't know. And that's what everyone was saying online. It's like, oh, he needed someone to grab a leg to beat a YouTube guy. Like, not. I'm just saying what the internet said.
Well, internet. That's why we're here, is trying to educate the internet. You don't need to be like that. It was good. It was a good match. It was fun.
Really, I
But we want to hear from all of you as everyone starts filing in here. How did you like WWE King and Queen of the Ring? What'd you think of it? Did you like the Cody Rhodes match? Do you like Gunter as your King of the Ring? Nia Jax as your Queen of the Ring? What do you think of Liv Morgan as our new women's world heavyweight champion? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new here, hit the old like and subscribe buttons. We're here normally every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing a special show. We do special shows to recap pay-per-views, WWE pay-per-views in particular. But tonight we're crossing over. And tonight, given that it's Memorial Day weekend, it's a fun time here to be a wrestling fan. We actually have a rare instance where there's two pay-per-views for the two big companies in the same weekend. I don't think that really, right? It doesn't happen all that often.
I don't remember what Labor Day looks like. I know obviously it was all out, all in. I don't remember whatever the UK show was. They did them back to back, so I don't remember which one was what. But didn't also WWE did something in September?
I don't remember. But it's very rare, regardless, so it makes it a fun weekend. So tonight, in little under an hour, it may have started over, AEW Double or Nothing will air. So we're going to try and catch you up on all the matches. There is 10. So if you're not familiar with them, here's your way. Yeah. Here's how you will. Nick Club's here to help you out. A lot to get through, folks.
I love AEW and I want to support AEW, but it's just like last night was so great. Five matches wrapped up in 2:45. Like that's what I want. I'm like dreading. I'm like I gotta stay awake. Like I just want them to be on HBO Max now so bad, so when I fall asleep or I can rewatch it. But I'm excited about a lot of the card.
Well, let's get right to it. Let's start at the top, actually, because we don't know how Tony's going to book any of this. So we figured as we kick off hour 2 here, well, a little bit into hour 2, Swerve would be defending his AEW World Heavyweight Championship against Christian Cage. It'll either be a bookend, beginning or end of the night. Your thoughts here, Nikki, ladies first. Who do you got?
I think it's Swerve. It's Swerve. You just put the belt on him. I think Christian Cage is like a fun. Steven, yes, Tony doesn't even know the order. I think this is a great first opponent for him. I think Christian makes anyone look good. I think Christian is so good in the ring, and I think Swerve's I think this is going to be a great match. But there's no way Swerve's losing.
The build-up's been really good. I actually think he's one of the rare, there's a few people that are transitional main event challengers, and Christian coming off his run as TNT champion, he's that. So I expect a phenomenal match, and Swerve put on a great match with Nick Wayne on Wednesday as well. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Swerve comes out on top. He's only been the champion for a month or and change now, and they booked him so poorly that he's just taking.
I know we've already talked about that, how he's been getting laid out. But again, there's no reason for him to drop the belt right now.
Yeah, I mean, and in the same words, he's the best thing going for.
He really is.
AEW.
I don't know. I think he's incredible in the ring. I think he's a great talker. Prince Nana's back. Yeah,
that was actually really exciting. To some
Nick's new best friend.
And I ran into him at Wrestle Show New Jersey this past weekend. If you want to check out that Simcast, that was fun. We had Zach Ruby on the show, independent wrestler. Mm-hmm. So it was a fun little time getting out of our comfort zone here and trying out some different things. But again, I think he's the best thing going for AEW. Hopefully they book him stronger moving forward. And it'd be interesting to see what, I want to hear, what may have missed it. Like, but did Nana like cut a promo and be like, "I got your back"?
No, he just showed up in the car.
Yeah, okay.
Because Christian was trying to leave, and then Nana stopped him, and that's when he hit him on the top of. They were on the top of the SUV.
Yes, yeah. Okay. So I thought like I didn't know if there was anything, but I can't wait to hear like why not, like why was he loyal, or like, I guess
Well, he got beat up.
True. Yeah. He's part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, come to New Jersey and hang out with you at a Holiday Inn.
It's the only way to get better is to hang out with the Nick Club.
Yeah.
But I think we're both in agreement here. I think
Yes.
this is one of the rare instances where like I think
what WWE, we agreed on everything. This is one we agree on. There's a lot we don't agree on. So let's keep it rolling.
So I put match 2 is they're calling it the grudge match. Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta, which I don't even know how this got. I feel like it started 2 weeks ago. I know they've been best friends, but like, it feels like I don't know.
No,
I know Trent Beretta's doing the heel turn, but like
he already turned.
I know, but like
He already turned. He destroyed Chucky. We don't know if Chucky's coming back. And then also, OC's been hanging out with Don Callis, which I don't love. But for me, again, I have so many best friends t-shirts. Chuck and Trent, like if you were watching our New Jersey show that Nick was at, I was digging through the bar because I never sit back there. And I found that I have, breaking out, huh? Watch. So this is a coaster that I have. This is Best Friends. That's Chuck and Trent. I love them so much.
Well, that coaster could also be part of our 50th subscriber giveaway.
No, don't give away my coaster.
All right, maybe it's not. All right, the regift away is not.
The socks.
I was trying. Listen, all right, just to try and get this over. We have AEW Danhausen socks for the 50th subscriber. If you are subscriber 50, we are trying to get this 50 by tomorrow. We're at 46. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We want to have you coming back, and you could be subscriber number 50 to get Danhausen socks. But anyway, I digress.
Anyway, I'm going with Trent.
You're going with the heel turn and the heel in this one. I just think OC is the boy.
Yeah, but he's been hanging out with Callis, so I don't like it. I don't know if something like the match. It was him and
I got OC,
okay.
but him and who?
The match. It was Ospreay, OC, Trent, and Roddy in the tag match, and Callis was on the call and kept saying because obviously Ospreay's still part of the Callis family and was alluding to OC being part of the family. So is this weirdly is OC going?
I can't be him. I can't.
Is this gonna be a character change? Again, he's been OC for this long now. I don't know, but I think Trent needs a win more than OC does, and that's why I'm going with my boy Trent.
Fair. I just think OC is Tony's boy, so I just think that he's as we still try and identify who the pillars are. He might be someone that could be like a borderline AEW pillar. He could have been. I think didn't you mention like a week ago he could have been in the Anarchy in the Arena match? I guess maybe one of the But I think they made the best decision with what's available, at least. But we'll digress. We'll get to that later. Match number 3, the trios, unified trios tag team titles, the Bang Bang Gang against Death Triangle. I have Death Triangle here. I just get the feeling that they're back together. They haven't done anything in months. Pac is now seemingly back on the active roster, competing consistently. I think it's time to just take the belts off him. I know we love what they've been doing, the Bang Bang Gang, but and they have a great entrance, but I don't know, I think it's time. Plus I hate
so guys,
6 belts.
Guns up. They just unified all the belts, and they have this little cart that brings out all their belts. as much as I love Pac, and they have not wrestled as a trio since January of 2023, I believe is what commentary said. It's a very long time they've not been together.
Okay.
The gang bang, guns up, just unified all those belts. I don't see them dropping it. Like, literally, none of these people have anything going on.
I'm just glad the belts are unified.
You're not taking the belts off, though. I don't think so. There's no way. Jay White was a leader of the Bullet Club. Came in, they're doing Jack with him. He's in this trio with the Ass Boys. Sorry, that's what they're called. But, like, I don't think, and I think I want Pac by himself. I think later on we'll get to them. I want to see him in the TNT title hunt. I think it'll be a great, fun match because obviously Penta, Phoenix, Pac, like Death Triangle. Like, I think it'll be a good match. I don't see them winning it.
Well, agree to disagree.
Okay. Next.
And it gets worse, I think, from here. The recently added Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo.
I just want you all to know Nick has a secret crush on Thunder Rosa. Maybe it's not really secret, but like he definitely has a crush on her.
You have to say it and then raise your hand.
I know. He was saying this earlier. I'm like, you're being a real creep. But again, Jersey girls, get it done and go with Deonna.
The theme stays the same for me because I think it's a Tony's favorite. And I think Thunder Rosa, I think for some reason ever since that Britt Baker match that she had originally, like she's been kind of living off of that for Tony. And I just have the feeling she's winning. I don't know. I would love to see Deonna win because why sign her and have her just kind of show up, challenge Tony, and then fade off like everyone else seems to be. But yeah, I just think Tony loves Thunder Rosa. He's going to give her a push at some point in time, and this is the win that he wants to give her.
Yeah, Deonna, Jersey.
I hate going against Jersey, but
well, you've done, so move on. Next,
we have Chris Jericho defending for the world title against Hook and Shibata.
Ugh.
What?
This is not a pay-per-view match. I'm sorry. Shibata, what are they doing with Shibata? They need to do more with him. Hook should be in NXT at this point. And with Jericho's new gimmick with the learning tree, and he's smiling and happy, and he's got Big Bill, like, he's not dropping this. This is a main event of, like, Collision for me. This is not, again, I just want to watch, like, the good matches, and I have to sit through some crappy ones to get there, and this is why I'm going to fall asleep. Is it going to be a fun match? I think the three of them are great. Does this need to be on the pay-per-view? No.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match.
I'm going Jericho. I don't think Jericho's losing this as much as Hook should have it back.
We agree on this, and I also think it's one of those, like, these last three are, like, again, going back to the last previous pay-per-view being 5 matches and this one being 10. There's 3 matches you could cut out right there. That could have been, maybe, you could put this on Dynamite or something.
Honestly, I feel as much as I love OC and I do love Trent, like, does this need to be on pay-per-view? Probably not.
Exactly. So, in agreement there. The next up, we have the IWGP, I'm going to say this wrong, IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, newly crowned within the last, month?
The 2 at this point? I don't know.
Probably within 6 weeks, I think. Fair. John Moxley defending against Konosuke Takeshita. I almost said it good.
Konosuke Takeshita. Honestly, it's an eliminator match. Like, it's not for the belt. So if Takeshita wins, he gets to fight Moxley. So are you setting this up for open door or forbidden door thing? Or are you going to have this match at New Japan? I think it's just to shove Moxley on the card. Again, I don't think this needs to be a thing. And then, like, part of me is like, well, then Takeshi's going to win to set something else up for another pay-per-view. Again, like, your pay-per-view shouldn't have a match to set up another pay-per-view. That bothers me. But again, this is a 5-year anniversary. 5 years ago today, Moxley debuted for AEW. So, like, I get it, but I'm also like, yeah. So, like, I think we both put down Mox.
Yeah.
But I
had to double check for a second.
we both put down Mox, but I think if Takeshita wins, it's like, okay, then you're going to do a match somewhere else that I'm not going to watch.
Yeah, and Takeshi's a good wrestler. He hasn't
had a bad match at all. And Moxley will bleed all over him as per usual, and it's just like...
I thought maybe, what's his name? Oh, my gosh. His family. Oh, my God.
Don Callis?
Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking on his name. I thought Don Callis would elevate him more.
Well, he's got the moniker of the Alpha.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. Again, like, I think they're both... Again, I love Jon Moxley. I love Jon Moxley. But it's just like... I want a smaller card and to be able to watch it and go to bed.
Yeah. No, it's fair. I think these four... And this would be a good match. I get that, but if you're not going to put the belt on the line,
it's the belt's not on the line. So basically, he has to win to get a title shot, and I don't really love those matches. You got to pin the champion to pin the champion, and it's just like,
So we're in agreement. It's one of the few times on today's show we've been in agreement.
Yeah, I'm just worried that he's going to win to set up another match. But again, if they have 5-year anniversary, like Mox should win, I digress.
Next up, Toni Storm defending against Serena Deeb. I think
my Toni Storm shirt.
So I think hold on. Let me.
I think that's all you need to know. Watch for the shoe.
I also have Nikki wearing her Toni Storm T-shirt so that we could both agree that Toni Storm is going to win.
I love Toni Storm immensely. I'd rather her hold it to, again, the All In, All Out, whatever the Wembley show's in. I hope she drops it back. I hope Jamie Hayter is healthy by then and she drops it to Jamie. But I don't see her losing it to Serena Deeb came out of nowhere. And I get she's been around for a long time. And again, Serena Deeb does nothing for me.
Yeah. She's just a great veteran for, and I think they'll put on just a solid match. But again, we're talking about matches that is this just like, again, a champion on the card? Like,
yeah, no, agreed. As much as I love Toni, like, I don't know if this, especially with the other women's again, I want all the women's matches all the time, but I'm just like, pick one.
Yeah, so and that may be the lesson for. Ooh, take this off. That may be the lesson for WWE, and like, they're starting the women's North American.
Oh yeah, NXT.
Yeah, so like maybe that's the cautionary tale of like.
I'd rather them honestly maybe have more of a mid-card belt than a tag belts for women. I don't know, like just feel like like the men have like the IC in the US, so maybe I'm for having a mid-card belt, but I also don't want it to be treated like the women's tag team belts have been treated. Like, especially with Gunther having the 666-day reign, and like obviously Logan Paul's had this reign of the US belt. Like, if you're going to have another title, make it mean something.
That's fair.
And then, are you giving it that much faith if you're debuting it on NXT instead of having like a
no, it's a pilot. I think that's the idea.
Yeah. So then, do you have like, I don't know, pilot or not? Like, do you have faith in it?
Same thing with the, what are they calling it? The Speed title.
Yeah, which is Ospreay did an interview and said it was like a travesty or a tragedy that like.
I don't know. So no, I was looking at my picks.
Okay. But
I don't know. It's just there is too many belts. I agree with you on that.
Well, that's why I like that Guns Up unified some things.
I hate the trios. I'm sorry. I hate the trios belts. I think it's pointless. I think it's just a way to get 6 guys on the screen. But
it was really supposed to be the Young Bucks and Kenny's baby, but that got royally screwed with everything that happened. But I think keeping on the Bang Bang Gang makes sense. But anyway, digress. Tony's winning next.
Brings us to, I'm going to say this right this time, Adam Copeland, defending the TNT title, talking about more belts, against Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. Your thoughts? Jackson, stop licking. Sorry, Jackson's down here.
Our dog's going down on himself right now. I'm sorry, that's not PG. But I'm going to go Malachi Black. I think he deserves a belt. I think it's been too long that he has not had a belt. I think with, obviously, Julia Hart being injured and that's gone with her belt, I don't think Adam Copeland needs it. I think it was good for him to take it off Christian and, transition it to somebody else. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if Lisa's still listening about, him being all spoopy and, like the promo he did on Wednesday, and then obviously he got the bloodbath that didn't really work, but then Malachi floated back into it.
Well, supposedly, I think this was kind of some of the dark. What do they call it? Dark mystical stuff that he wanted Judgment Day to be, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't working, and I think Judgment Day was honestly have fared a lot better without Adam Copeland.
Yeah, I think it's. Lisa, is Moxley bleeding right now? Probably somewhere.
But I think Malachi Black deserves this. I think it's been too, he's so good. And I want him to be good. And I'm going to go fight the dog right now. Go on.
Oh. So I tend to completely agree. I don't know. I see your point. I would love to see Malachi Black with a belt, a singles belt. They did have the trios titles for a little bit. But
not long enough, in my opinion. They shouldn't have dropped.
I just think that he put the belt on Cope. I was like, I hate it. But
the Cope Open?
Yeah, they put the belt on. He's going to carry this torch for a little bit. And as much as I would love for Malachi to be the guy to dethrone him, I don't think there's, even though they've had some nice little storylines in the last couple weeks, there's enough in this storyline for them to change the title holder. So I'm taking Cope on this one.
I'm just worried that Tony's relying, and I'll even say something about Malachi, but the WWE kids, but I think Malachi's younger and can do more, and I think I really love the House of Black. I love Brody King. I love Buddy Matthews. I feel like they need to be elevated more. Edge doesn't. Adam Copeland does not need a belt.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I think him transitioning off Christian, now put it on Malachi. They want you, Malachi.
Wait, what's that from?
Children of the Corn.
See. Wait, I thought you didn't watch Scary. She told me she.
It's a Stephen King thing, and my mom is obsessed with Stephen King, so certain things are in my brain, even though I'm terrified of them. I saw Pet Sematary, scare the crap out of me when I was a kid. A Barbie in the eyeball is ingrained in my eyeball because my mom and my brother are the king of scary people, and I get sucked into it.
Chucky and the Leprechaun were the ones that scared
me. The Leprechaun ruined my life.
Because I don't know, I feel like you can't go dolls are everywhere. So that killer doll, but I digress. So it's a triple main event. I guess that's what they're calling it.
That's what they're calling it.
And for the women's, or the TNT, or what do they call it? Sorry, TBS. TNT, TBS. What's that?
Our dog is having a meltdown on the side of us right
Jackson's losing his mind. So, Willow Nightingale defending the TBS Championship against Mercedes Moné. This is the New Japan, or was it the start? The injury.
No, it's New Japan.
Revenge. Is this the Mercedes Moné Revenge Tour? We started with the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, and now it's the Mercedes Moné Revenge Tour. So, I think Nikki and I don't want to speak for you on this one, but we've talked very highly about how they brought up and brought in Mercedes Moné and what they're paying for her and Okada and everything else. I got Mercedes.
Yeah, there's the amount she's getting paid and the biggest star that she is, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks PG. That Monet's not winning. Like, hello, goodbye. Done and done. Mercedes Moné is winning. It's her first match for a title for her kayfabe reason why she's been out so long. She's winning.
At least they gave Willow a decent build up. Like she gave her the power bomb.
You don't
the
even like
table.
Willow, so move on. Like what?
I know, but I'm just saying it was a nice build up that they tried.
I know it's Mercedes is blaming Willow, but if you actually watch the match, Willow was not involved in her getting injured. But
I know it's I think that's going to be the big title change. Let's see comment.
Hello, happy Double or Nothing to you, sir.
Hi there, Haseen. Happy AEW Double or Nothing. Welcome in to the Nick Club Happy Hour. So if you're new, we get new people. Excuse me, every week. So if you're new, make sure you hit the old like and subscribe buttons. We're here every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, whatever that is locally for you. But yes, happy AEW night.
Yeah. So Mercedes next.
Brings us to what I think the main event.
I don't know.
I just think that they've been booking themselves as the very Kevin Nash WCW-ish, Hulk Hogan-ish, that I think Anarchy in the Arena somehow is going to be the main event.
Brother.
Yeah, brother. I think Nick and Matt are going to be like, listen, because every week the show open is with the Elite. Nothing with Swerve. Swerve is like secondary thought. I'm sorry, there's no way in hell they're putting Mercedes Moné and Willow above that. So above themselves. So I think this match or Swerve is a headliner, and I think they can get away with the opener being Swerve, Christian, and the closer being them, and they put Willow, Mercedes in there because I don't know. I just think it makes sense flow wise, but I digress. But in terms of predictions, I've got the Elite. I think this is their first big pay-per-view together with Jack Perry and Okada. Question is, I guess, who would get the pinfall? I think it's Perry or Okada, but probably Perry because it's his first match. But Nikki, who you got?
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm going Team AEW, and just for 30 seconds, I have to cry a little bit because my love, besides you, the love of my life, Eddie Kingston, is injured, and now they're predicting him back for May 2025. Do not boo me. So they subbed in Darby Allin. Apparently, what was said that Darby Allin called Tony and was like, "If I can get cleared, put me in the match." And for some reason, he got cleared. And I think they're going to win because Tony showed up and dropped his little baby boy, Darby Allin, off at the arena with a flamethrower that flame gun. I don't know.
It's a flamethrower. Right? No, it's a flamethrower. A legit flame. Which
he should not. And he's trying to blow it out, and he's like putting it out like that boy should not have one of those in his hand. But like,
he was a pyromaniac as a kid too.
I also think that the swarmy heels that they're portraying, like the Young Bucks, like they could take the loss. I think it would be Bryan or Darby pinning one of the Young Bucks. I don't think Okada's going to be near the finish. I really don't. I think he'll do some crazy spot or something will happen that save Okada. He's not going to be near it.
It's one of the tag team members taking the fall.
I think either way, whoever's taking the fall, it honestly would be Bucks or FTR taking the pin. Unfortunately, you're not unless you think Okada's gonna pin. I'm hoping Okada and Bryan take themselves out at something because that's gonna be a match down the road.
Yeah,
or a rematch down the road.
Maybe he'll use the most devastating move, the short arm clothesline.
I know. Nick was talking about the Rainmaker.
It's a cool way to do it. It's a cool move. It's a cool way to do the clothesline, but it's to set up another move. Go to the top rope and do a moonsault after it. It's cool. It's your strike move to set up another move. I don't think it's a finishing move, but
I don't
But I don't know what some things classify. I also don't think that the Judas effect is a finisher either. I hate that move. Spinning back elbow.
I don't know, like Eddie Kingston.
I don't know. Some of the strikes, unless the kick, I'm very. She's
My little Eddie King, for you all know, it's my little Eddie Kingston guy who sits at the table behind me at every pay-per-view.
and he just watches
He does.
judgingly.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think Team Elite can take a loss. I don't know. And I'm going. I just think I don't know. I think Brian's team is gonna.
It's an interesting. I just think it's too early for. They need to. It's their rise to dominance, just like any other.
Who's rise?
The Elite 2.0.
They're already rise. They're already in charge.
Because they just got Okada just won his Conti Intercontinental Universal
Supreme belt.
Yes.
Nobody cares.
And then Jack Perry doesn't have a belt yet, so until all of them have belts,
No.
that's it. 100% how we go. So I don't know. We want to hear from all of you. Let's open it up before we get out of here. So let's do it. The phone lines are now open. We got a new little drop. Get going. So, let's see who's first up. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a good one. Actually, he's been waiting a while, and this was a good one. I got to give you it made me chuckle earlier in the show, and just like seeing it the whole show was kind of funny. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight he's going by Lyra's Spatula, but we all know him as Steven.
Steven!
Hello, while I still have Wi-Fi.
Oh, gosh.
What happened? Where are you?
I'm...
Steven, don't.
Oh, no.
Don't break my heart, Steven!
Oh, no. It looks like we lost him. The Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi.
Steven, no.
Steve,
You're hurting
fly
my
out,
heart.
fly back in. Get that Wi-Fi going. Let's see if I'll try this again. Second time, sure.
I mean, like, the one time I took it 3 times to get him.
Yeah, I don't know if I did. No, we're getting the robotic.
Steven.
Steve, we know you're a computer guy. You just don't need to be
Get
that
it
robotic.
together, Steven.
Unbelievable with this internet. But we'll give Steven. Actually, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try booting him and then kick from. Yeah, let's try that.
We're gonna kick you out and you gotta kick back in. Give us
funny.
your best Lyra missile drop.
Just like this is just so fun. It says, "Kick Lyra's spatula. Lyra's spatula will be removed from the studio. If you want to prevent Lyra's spatula from rejoining, you should ban Lyra's spatula."
Get out of here.
All right, Steve, we're gonna try this out again. We're gonna boot you, and then if you want to call back in, we'll keep the lines open for a couple minutes here before we go. But what's everyone else thinking? AEW's starting pretty soon. If we hadn't started already, I don't know.
No, so I don't know if they're doing what the pre-show is, but main starts at 8. And then because we usually have 3 to 4 matches on 0 hour. That there's matches that are gonna happen, maybe like ROH matches that we don't even know. I just want them to do a simpler card.
Yeah, my brain hurts. This is why. So this is probably the main reason why we recap the WWE pay-per-views, because they're at least 8 or less. Even WrestleMania was 8 or less. So Tony Khan, we're begging you, just do like.
But he
8 or less.
used to do Saturdays and.
I know they switched. They swapped.
They flippy-flopped. Triple H knows how to do it.
But we need to do. All right. Well, I guess Steven lost some of his Wi-Fi. Gave him a couple minutes there, but We appreciate everyone coming in and joining us. It's been a show. It's been a fun show.
It's Sunday fun day, babies. Now you gotta go use the facilities, get your snackies, and get ready for Double or Nothing. It's a 5-year anniversary.
Exactly. And again, if you're new here, we're gonna probably we won't recap Double or Nothing, but the major points on Friday's show at 6 p.m. Eastern time, whatever that is locally for you. Again, if you're new here, hit the old subscribe and like buttons. It goes a long way to helping us out. If you want to chime in, feel free to always chime in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you're thinking about professional wrestling today. Anything you got going on. What are the topics? How do you like Liv Morgan as our new women's world heavyweight champion, completing the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour? What are you thinking about AEW tonight? Are you excited about Double or Nothing?
I am, but it's gonna be long.
Do you feel the same way that we do?
Yeah, I should be drinking Jameson and coffee.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna stop just doing alcohol, just do coffee the whole night. Except I don't drink coffee, so yeah. I'll just have to drink sodas. But anyway, it's been a fun one. If you've been with us this whole time, we appreciate you. We will see you next week, but enjoy Double or Nothing. Enjoy your Memorial Day. And thankful for everyone who served. Did all that. We're appreciative of all of you. So until next time, you don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here. Bye.